Hi everyone, this is Patricia Brims, Physician Assistant. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. I'm just going over a clean eating motivation dish that I made. And it is made with Brussels sprouts. For those of you who don't like Brussels sprouts, I'm doing this to motivate people to try different vegetables and to try to make them in different ways by adding seasonings and sauces and different other ingredients that you like so much. Because if you add them to the Brussels sprouts, I could promise you they might taste a lot better to you, and they'll definitely taste a lot different from the Brussels sprouts that you're used to. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and we're going to go over this dish here. So these are my homemade Brussels sprouts. I have made Brussels sprouts with bacon before and they're absolutely delicious, so I would definitely recommend trying bacon with your Brussels sprouts if you don't like this recipe. But I just ate this cold and I can definitely say this is my favorite way to make Brussels sprouts. It's absolutely delicious even cold. In fact, I don't even think I'm going to heat it up when I eat it with my dinner. So I boiled the Brussels sprouts, got them fresh from the farm stand. Then I also boiled the cauliflower, which is fresh, chopped that up. Then I added some red, yellow, and green bell peppers. And I also added some fresh garlic, olive oil, and apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar is really key to this dish because it makes Brussels sprouts not taste bitter. They bring on a completely different flavor with the apple cider vinegar and the olive oil. And then they bring on the flavors of the peppers, so you do not taste Brussels sprouts the way that you know Brussels sprouts taste. It's a lot different the way that I made them in this dish. On top of it, at the end, I added some freshly ground black pepper, only just a little bit this time, because I don't want to ruin the flavors of the other stuff that's in this dish. And then I added fresh cilantro and fresh chopped scallions, which I just chopped myself. I actually made a whole container of it for the week just to add to some dishes. This is cilantro. It's absolutely delicious. You can actually just eat cilantro by itself raw, which I just did. It's absolutely delicious. Scallions you can eat raw, but they leave a very onion taste in your mouth. So I just learned my lesson on that one. But so this is definitely a delicious way to make the Brussels sprouts. If you are going to cook them, I would just put them in the oven and actually bake them for about 15-20 minutes just so they get a little crispy, and they'll be absolutely delicious the way that I prepared them. I did eat some of them cold just now, and they're absolutely delicious. So I'm not going to change the flavor of how I tasted them cold. I will just add them to my dinner tonight and eat them the way that I made them. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and I'm going to go over some of the health benefits. If you don't mind, I'm just going to put this down. Brussels sprouts, so you guys understand why I am doing this blog on Brussels sprouts. So basically they're packed with essential nutrients, including but not limited to, the big ones are vitamin C, vitamin K, B6, folate, fiber, and potassium. So why are these nutrients essential, and why are they important for our health, and why should you eat Brussels sprouts if you find a way that you like them? And I'm hoping that you do try my recipe, because if I can motivate you, that would be awesome. And if you do try it, please tell me if you like it, because it's good when you cook for other people to taste your food, just to get their opinion. So I always taste my own food, but I am a picky eater, so I'd like to see what other people think about my food. So please post some things about how you're finding my dishes to taste if you're trying them, honestly. So antioxidants, why are they so good? They prevent cancer. And these has very important phytonutrients. They also have something called sulforaphane, and Brussels sprouts are one of the unique vegetables that have sulforaphane. You don't find it in many other vegetables or produce. It's very unique to Brussels sprouts. And what does sulforaphane do? It protects your cells from damage. It reduces inflammation in your body. And when you protect your cells from damage, when your cells are not being damaged, that is a real big cancer prevention technique that your body uses. So when you do get cell damage in your body, it sets you up for different types of cancer. So you want to eat things and do things for yourself and your health that are going to prevent cell damage. And that's very important if you do have cancer in your family, or if you're just the type of person who just doesn't, want a cancer, or you're scared of getting cancer, or, you care, just try to do things and eat things for yourself that prevent cell damage. That's the key to cancer prevention. Vitamin K, why is that important? And Brussels sprouts are loaded with vitamin K. Vitamin K is very important for bone health. We all think that we only need calcium and vitamin D, but you actually need vitamin K with calcium and vitamin D to actually build strong bone. You cannot build strong bone without vitamin K. And then the Brussels sprouts have potassium. Why is potassium important? We all know this is a very important electrolyte. I went over it last time in my medical blog. Potassium is very important to control your heart rate. If your potassium goes too low, your heart rate can go too slow and your heart can actually stop. But that's, when it's very low. If your potassium goes too high, you can have palpitations. So you just got to be careful with potassium levels too when you're on blood thinners. But potassium does lower blood pressure. It's been proven. So for those of you who do have high blood pressure, I usually recommend to all my patients in the office or when I'm doing telemedicine now, but I was in the office for 20 years. So I think of it, I would make my patients log their blood pressure, and I'd also tell them to start potassium and magnesium because they work really well together to actually really lower your blood pressure naturally. Then Brussels sprouts are also very high in fiber, and we all know that fiber is so important. It helps with your digestion. It prevents constipation. It helps your bowels to be regular. Fiber is really good to decrease inflammation in your body as well, and it helps to your gut to have a good environment and a very healthy gut. So fiber is very good to have a very healthy gut environment, which is so important these days. And that's why everyone's talking about, start a probiotic. But there's a lot of foods that work as probiotics, particularly things like dark green vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and the highest things that have probiotics in them as far as food is cabbage, honestly, and pickles. So for those of you who like cabbage and pickles, they give you a real nice punch, packed punch of probiotics. I don't know if I said that right, but anyway, they have a lot of probiotics in it. And then why else is vitamin K important? I didn't go over that. Vitamin K is also essential in blood clotting. Not only is vitamin K essential for bone health, it's also very important in blood clotting. That's why some patients, when they go on blood thinners, doctors have to monitor their vitamin K, because if their vitamin K, if they're eating too much vitamin K or foods with too much vitamin K, it'll affect their blood clotting, which you really don't want because they're already on a blood thinner. So patients who are on blood thinners, they have to watch things like garlic, vitamin K, and stuff that actually works on your blood clotting naturally. And that's how this is a really good point, because it really shows you that foods that we eat and nutrients and vitamins are so important to your body and your regulation. They work like medications in a lot of ways. So if I can teach you guys how to use your food as medicine and your supplements as medicine, I can help you guys to stay off medicine, or I can help my patients to not get on medicine in the first place. So if you ever have any questions or you ever need any advice, please send me a text message or an email, or even maybe right under the post, and I'll start looking at the Facebook post. But I did do a course in certification in nutrition besides physician assistant studies, and I'm doing a course now in functional medicine. And functional medicine really teaches a provider how to treat the whole patient as a whole, their emotional, spiritual well-being, their vitamin content, their exercise, their whatever they're doing for their mind, whatever they're doing for their health, what kind of medicines are they on. Functional medicine practitioners think about every single thing in the world that you can think about when it comes to your patient's health, not just medicine. So I'm really enjoying this functional medicine course, and once I get through it and I really get a good handle on it, I'll be doing some of my medical blogs on the material that I'm learning from my functional medicine course. So I'm sorry this was a bit longer than expected, but the reason why I did this today is because I'm motivating you guys to try to eat healthy things like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and the types of vegetables that really help to prevent cell damage and cancer. And I would say cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, the dark green vegetables. They really, and cauliflower, which is included, which is not dark green. They're really great in preventing cell damage and preventing cancer. And they're very high in antioxidants, which is very good for your body in general. And they're great because they all keep your skin looking nice, giving it a nice glow, keeping you having a youthful look. And sometimes you got to talk about people's physical appearance to really motivate them to eat good. So if that's what I have to do, that's what I'm going to do today and going forward. So whatever I can do to motivate you to try to eat healthy and use your food as medicine, I'm going to start doing. So please write comments, please try my recipes, and please be honest. Do you like them? Would you change them? And give me some tips on how you made your Brussels sprouts, and give me some ideas, because I will definitely make them that way because I love eating healthy. I grew up on a farm, so I'm used to eating healthy. Thank God for my dad. Otherwise, I'd be eating a lot of junk and getting used to that. But I do like eating healthy, like my junk too, as we all know. But God bless, enjoy, have a great Sunday, and thank you so much for listening to my medical blogs and my clean eating blogs, and putting up with my silly singing, which has been such a great therapy for me. So God bless. Have a good day. Have a good week. Bye.